Jameson, who's next?
From Buffalo, New York, Nathanael William Stolte.
Nathanael William Stolte is the author of 4 chapbooks. A Beggar's Book of Poems, Bumblebee Petting Zoo, nice title. Fool's Song, An Unformed Creature. His poems have appeared in Ghost City Review, Guide to Culture, Creative Journal, 5 to 1 Magazine, hashtag The Sideshow, Rusty Truck Zine, Poems for All, the Buffalo News, and Plurality Press. He is the acquisitions editor for CWP Collective Press. He was voted Best Poet in Buffalo by Art Voices, Best of Buffalo in 2016. He is a madcap punk rock DIY Buffalo bred and corn fed wrestler. Off the 3rd turnbuckle.
And apparently the tallest
Stop looking at me. Why are y'all looking at me?
Don't you look at me.
You want to know where you get that jacket?
Who's on
My secondhand store. This is called Spare the Rod, Spoil the Poem, and I was going to read it because my friend from Texas was reading love poems, so I was like, I'm going to read a love poem too. And this is about that time that I was in bed with that woman, and then she mentioned her boyfriend, and I was kind of blindsided by that. Spare the rod, spoil the poem. If I planted a garden, would you love me then? Sage to cleanse, wind flowers, cone flowers to call the monarchs and viceroys. Sweetgrass, lemongrass, chamomile to brew in our apothecary's kitchen. I'll show you how to pet bumblebees hard at work, collecting pollen for the queen. I'll tend to mugwort to keep the scourge at bay, star anise for sooth dreams and hawthorn to float our prayers, beggar's buttons, you know the rest. If I gave you my eyes so you could see how the world looks through chips of lazurite, what then? Would you see that my heart is a furnace, a constellation? If I folded your words as they form in your mouth into honeyed origami poems, would you taste my worth? What if I took you to the snowfields of my youth? To Pancake Saturdays, I'll show you how Jim Henson taught me to seek wonder in the mundane, that my mind is a fraggle, a crystal, a labyrinth. Would you then lose yourself in the melody of my heartbeat? If I told you I was 28 when I noticed I don't know who I am, but by 30 I knew that to be a blessing, would you lick my broken summers? The first time I saw you, I held our babies in my arms. Copper hair that defies gravity, eyes refused to choose a color, smiled on by ancestors across oceans and ether. A lifetime span that repose, a potential, my head filled with the smell of flat irons and olive oil, stocking feet danced on wood floors to records and brass and string and keys to Nina and Duke and Billy and Basie and Vic, you know the rest. If I lit a fire in autumn's heart, shed my armor like leaves of rust to stand before you stripped of pretense, would you compare scars? Or would you see that such comparison is to cheapen wounds that bleed poetry? The moment passes, giving birth to the reality that like Jesus I am childless, but I am older now than he was when they nailed him to the tree for his sins, not mine. See, I found the sins that I can live with. Woo! You guys are still looking at me, but I'm not looking at you, so it's okay. This is called The Subtleties of Everything. And the morning has wooden bones as I blend fresh root vegetables with flash frozen mixed berries that hide seeds between my teeth for me to discover throughout the day. So I fold squares of paper into prayers and I sit quietly for a time, then go about the business of living. The afternoon has meerschaum bones carved into scrimshaw dreams with the music of combustion engines, and filthy slush fills the subtleties of everything. It smells where I live. With the purpose-driven direction I cannot seem to realize. So I spit seeds into the corners of the afternoon that bloom into sharp things until I'm surrounded. And by the time the day runs out of heartbeats, all I've gathered is a little more regret. I got one more for you. And it goes like this. It's different every time, so I'm going to shuffle it a little bit.
Oh, right on.
Oh, no. And if it's no good, you can blame whatever gods the hopeful in, where am I? Kansas City, are still listening to, or whatever. So So this is called Easter Island used up all their resources. And knowing what's coming don't always make it easier. And thrift store taxidermy, and when all you have is a hammer, everything looks like a fucking nail. It seems like a dildo pyramid scheme, and there's a metaphor in there somewhere. Google it. It's the perfect amount of crass. There's a lot to know, so nodding and blacking out is not subversive revolution. And as long as I'm wearing skin, white lighters will be bad luck. And it's looking like they don't fucking read poetry in the winter in New England, so I don't want to be a tail on that kite. Jesus is still sleeping it off because his birthday was the other day, and blue is the highest energy frequency, whatever that means.
Yeah.
It seems like it's sweeter than rock candy, and the world is kind of fucked, so I can see from here that you rolled a 0 on charisma. It's a spiritual dick measuring contest anyway, and she put her song in my heart, and people do hard drugs because they feel really fucking good. And crack cocaine will get you higher than Captain Kirk, and that's just a rendition of the truth. And I want to be woke in heaven because it's the year of the rooster again, and violence is also a universal language. The phrase "so good you can taste it" comes from shooting heroin. It's history. That ain't poetry. It don't rhyme or nothing. Maybe you forgot that America was built on quicksand and I burned cleaner, so I broke all my promises against your rough edges and I held them up to my ear, and internet killed the porno queen, so don't get your lies all over my pen, because I want to shave haiku in my chest hair and turn diamonds to coal, and that's why I'm not a punker anymore. Thank you.